It's a disappointing time for British boxing fans, let's be real. Because recently we had Eddie Hearn saying that the AJ Fury fight would have to take place in Saudi Arabia because they're going to pay way more money than you could get in the UK. And now Tyson Fury is saying that the AJ fight would have to be in America. So even though they're both talking about different countries, neither of them are talking about the fight happening in the UK. Massively disappointing for British boxing fans and British boxing as a whole. The health of the sport in the UK doesn't necessarily rely on that fight happening in the UK, but it would give British boxing a massive boost because it has been dipping a little bit over the past couple years with all these top British fighters basing themselves abroad. Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, several others. So, yeah, disappointing to hear this news. I understand it. As I always say, fighters have got a very small amount of time to make life-changing sums of money, and they have to make the most of the time they have. So I can understand it, but everybody's looking out for themselves, and I'm not saying I would do any different in their situation. I don't know. I haven't been in them shoes. But they're all looking out for themselves. They're all looking out what's best for them. Some people are saying, when is enough money enough? Because AJ's made a load of money. Eddie Hearn's made a load of money. Tyson Fury's made a load of money. So why can't they just take a pay cut and have the fight in the UK? I mean, with Tyson Fury, he appears to be contractually bound to fighting in the United States, at least for his next couple fights. But what happens after that? When he's out of contract? I think did he say he's got 2 more fights left under his top rank deal? So after that, surely he could make a fight in the UK if he wanted to, but again, it probably just comes down to money. If America's going to pay a lot more for Fury versus AJ, then it is what it is. I suspect that America wouldn't pay more than the UK. Maybe I'm being naive, but I just feel like how big can a fight be in America involving 2 Brits? Would the Americans really care that much? They want to see an American in there. Deontay Wilder or some other American heavyweight. But 2 Brits? Even though they know Tyson Fury and they know Anthony Joshua in America, at least within the boxing scene, they're not household names in America nationally. So again, I suspect that it wouldn't do that well in America, Fury versus AJ. In Saudi Arabia, well, it's the Saudi government who's willing to put up all of the money up front. So Hearn, AJ, etc., they don't have to worry about how many pay-per-views they're selling because they're getting all the money up front. Whereas in America, they work on the pay-per-view model where you get a certain amount of money up front, the fighters, but it's usually a fairly small amount. Then you're relying on pay-per-view sales. So you won't know until well after the event how much money you're actually going to get in total. Whereas with what the Saudis are doing, paying a site fee, essentially, you know that you're going to get an enormous amount up front, then pay-per-view on top. So that's the difference in terms of the finances of 2 situations. But either way, it's disappointing to hear both these guys say this. But you never know. Boxing is a very turbulent sport. Things change. One of these fighters, be it Fury or AJ, could lose and maybe lose a couple, look a little disappointed in their career, lose some market value. And then the other one might be on an upward trajectory. I mean, you never know what happens. And in a situation like that, you could have them meet in the UK. I mean, Anthony Joshua's next fight looks like it's going to be in the UK against Kubrat Pulev. And AJ's willing to take a pay cut to have the fight in the UK. He wants a homecoming, and I can understand why he wants a homecoming. AJ always liked fighting at home because all his best nights happened in the UK. The Klitschko fight, Dylan White fight, Joseph Parker, Povetkin. His best fights, his best performances, his best nights were on home soil. And after the roller coaster ride he was on in 2019, I can totally understand why he would say, okay, you know what, forget about the money for this Pulev fight. Let's just get the fight in the UK. I want to give back to my fans who have supported me, and I want to come back to where it all started and where it all feels comfortable. He's going to go on the road again. Do you understand? So if he doesn't fight in the UK now, I mean, it might be a couple years down the line before AJ fights in the UK again. So I can understand him fighting Pulev in Britain now. And perhaps he'll face Tyson Fury in a similar situation down the line, Let's see what happens here, people. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about the disappointing news, if I can call it that, from Tyson Fury, that the AJ fight would not be in the UK. Let me know, people. It's happening. I'm out. Hatman merch is now available. We got t-shirts, vests, hoodies, and more. Just click the link below. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.